To begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. 31 yards there and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
What? 315. Mike 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
A give to Martin here out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there. 4 down. Check. Check 20. Come. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Topper, hit it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Here we go, D.
On second down, it's McSorley. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up third and 4.
McSorley from the shotgun. Open man is Anderson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On the set.
50. Gotta do better.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, high 7.
Get it.
Here's McSorley on first and 10. Throw complete to Herndon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
50's the most.
General West.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Breida with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
On second and 7, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
No. Check nickel. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Go.
Check. Deuce.
Hard.
99. Check 99.
Fan.
Rush in. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check.
Now.
Motion. Check the backer.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go, baby.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You're trapped, you're trapped.
Now.
Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check 3, check 3.
Hey, Sam off. Rock it.
SOS.
They go counter with Breida. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Ready?
He finds his target, Fuller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets will extend their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They run for it with Carson. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Right there. 55.
This is Carson. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you. Clear. Check Mike 54. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch the
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
X3, 218, chopper.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, Echo. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returnable for Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. It's caught. Lock it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Wilson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Here's Martin. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
And the Seahawks, first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From midfield now, here's Wilson being chased out left. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run it with Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Mike 54. Push him back. Push him back.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Henry Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
61, matchbox lights.
Hey, 1 set. Check, Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
54. You're not ready. You're not ready. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Get it.
Now McSorley. Herndon's got it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he gets Gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Look at me. Score. Slam.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, orbit. Now.
Here's McSorley to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. McSorley sets to pass. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's coming. We got double up.
Hey!
We got Mike 50, huh? It's our time, guys. It's our time.
And now with the play clock winding down, Adam Gase says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Break.
54, right there. 54 Mike.
Go.
Mike 5-4. Oh, dang, punt. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Bravo.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D.
Now on second and 16, McSorley into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Mike 5-4.
They'll try and run it with Martin. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Topper!
Check. Shift. Watch the shift.
Leo!
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hit it.
They run again with Breida. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
60 or. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Hey, Charlie.
3rd and 4.
Check three.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 43.
General West. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Jam. Check 26.
Clear. Get it.
Now it's Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You can't block me.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Matt Breida, 36 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the break. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Alpha. Ready?
Throwing is McSorley. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. 22 yards. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
50, Mark 50, Mark 50. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let's go, Mike.
61, matchbox, light.
They run it with Breida, and he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Henry Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Looks to throw. Fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Come on.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the pressure gets to him again. Henry Anderson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing today. 6-6, pull it high. 5.
They run with Breida. And a hell of a run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Ready, break. 64, weak. Check.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley steps away to his left. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Jets on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Check hot route. Hot.
Ready up.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. J.J. Nelson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Well, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Tackle.
Now,
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.